quick, one more thing.
Go ahead.
One more thing, real quick. Right now, as of right now, we have 9 states confirmed for racers. And we also have Ontario, Canada. So just to show you, for the people listening, I mean, it looks like it's definitely going to be a big race, of course. And I got to give one shout out to an old friend of mine out there. I don't know if he's listening or not, but I was glad to see Chris Clark win. I believe he won 1,000 over the weekend.
Yep.
I mean, I've raced against Chris since the early 2000s, and I know we're about the same age and everything, and the old timers can still get it done, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, I was ragging on him pretty good, even while he was on the racetrack, and then I got him pretty good in victory lane. But I did the same thing to him at Red Rock when he won Red Rock's money race in the beginning of the year as well. So it's all good fun, and we were laughing about it, as you can see in pictures and stuff like that. But yeah, Chris, he definitely can still wheel. So I hope he makes a trip out there. Chris, if you're listening, you better head out there, because I think Jamie might come after you if you don't.
I really appreciate the time, Bobby. I really do. I like I said, I thank you for having me on and giving me a chance to to plug all the sponsors of Step to Board and everything, and anybody in Western PA, Middle PA, even Eastern PA. I hope you can make the trip. Like I said, we're going to do our absolute best, and hopefully we'll put on a really good show for everybody.
I don't doubt that this is probably going to be one of the best shows all year. If you're not there, then you're definitely missing out. But again, Jamie, thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule there, and I know you got some stuff going on at work and at home and everything else going on with this. But again, man, it's an honor to come and do the Midwest Race of Champions. Hopefully, I did the second one, the third one. Hopefully, there's a fourth, fifth, and sixth one, and I'll be there in the tower doing what I do. So, again, man, thank you for joining me, and we'll catch up here probably either end midweek or beginning of next week.
Okay, Bobby. Hey, thanks again for having me on. Thank you very much.
No problem, Jamie.
Take care.
Take care. That was Jamie Wheeler, the Midwest Race of Champions promoter. Jamie's putting on a heck of a race, putting together a heck of a race. All the information regarding Midwest Race of Champions, you can check out Midwest Race of Champions on Facebook. Even has the hotel information. It's a Quality Inn in Montclair, Ohio. Check it out. There's a reservation. There's a special rate for that weekend, $79 a night for standard 2 bedrooms. Call and mention the Midwest Race of Champions. They know that there's racers coming there, and they know there's a big race around the area, and they're offering a discount there at Quality Inn in Montclair, Ohio. I probably said that wrong, but if not, kudos. Also, if you're interested in that raffle, a raffle's still going on. You can get your tickets on PayPal. It's a 2000 Slack Expect chassis. As Jamie says it, he's pretty much building that thing, and all you got to do is put a motor and a seat in it, put tires on it, and you can race it that day. So he's, doing whatever he's doing there. Please take part in that. Make sure you have your minor waiver signed, your birth certificate or power of attorney. If your parent is not coming, if you are bringing a parent, you're okay. But that's just, again, safety rules for state line and insurance policies. Want to make sure everybody's all right. And, of course, like we talked about, is helmets. There will be pre-tech on helmets. He did have it there. It needs to be Snell, SA, or ECE 2005 rated or newer. It's a Canadian one in there because, like he said, we do have some Canadian drivers coming down for the Midwest Race of Champions. So, again, all the information is on the Midwest Race of Champions Facebook page. This time we're going to take a brief commercial break, and I'm going to come back and we're going to highlight Flat Run Speedway, the Brandon Denochik Memorial Event, including a grand total which was raised to go to Make-A-Wish, and some of the things that happened there if you weren't happening to show up. So we're going to touch that base here and touch on what's going on this week. Big racing weekend this weekend, so we'll be right back.
established Burris Racing in 1976 with an initial product line that was made up of pistons and rings for the McCullough and Italian engines, Mikuni carburetors, and motor mounts. Today, Burris Racing is best known for the American-made Burris tire, which wins major events across the globe. The business has grown from its humble beginning and now has a 13,000 square foot warehouse packed full of your karting needs. Burris Racing, winning races and made in America.
That's right, Burris Racing, winning races and made in America. Special shout out to Kurt Burris and Mike Burris and all the workers out there in Huntington Beach, California, and over here in the Northwestern PA plant as well, for a great product and continue to support of Racer's Edge. So we're going to get into Flat Run Speedway hosted the Brendan Denochek Memorial Race this weekend. I've been there since day one. I believe this was the fourth one. And we had a new winner of the helmet. We had a two-time winner in Travis Orwick, and Eric Burge won it last year. And Tyler Brown ended up taking it this year. Tyler was, just to recap some of the race, Tyler was running in third, Eric Burge was leading, and Travis Orwick is in second. And when those two drivers get together at a big race like that, sparks are going to fly, and there was some contact there, and they both were involved in a wreck and got sent to the back. And Tyler held on from a fighting back Eric Burge, who got back up to second, and he was able to take the checker flag and that custom painted helmet by J.R. Fogelsonger. We talked about it with Jamie. Chris Clark picked up the 1,000 win senior pro division. Tyler Brown also picked up the champ $500 a win. Missy Ford won the clone warm-up, which was $400. Mike Main swept the flathead classes. Great job by Mike. Local track. Again, local racer. Kind of laid a whooping on him this weekend up there. So now here is the important thing here. I've actually got to, when we were there, interviewed, I do believe her name was Lindsay from Make-A-Wish. And they had a family come to the racetrack. This family was granted a wish from the Denochek Memorial events that benefit Make-A-Wish, the money that they have raised. They had went down to Disney. Her daughter has a heart condition. She can't lift more than a gallon of milk, and the Denocheks granted a wish for them to go down to Disney for a whole entire week. So the money that is raised at an event like this goes right back to granting a child a wish. The chapter that was there, she said they're doing extremely well. I forget the numbers that she had said. But again, that's how important one of those races are, a charitable race like that. It's great to be a part of. So now here is what people are probably tuning in for, wanting to know how much money they raised in one day at this event, between the Chinese auctions, the bake sale, the concessions, the entry fees, everything. So with that being said, drum roll, please. $28,350. That's right. You heard it right. $28,350 going right back to the Make-A-Wish Foundation to grant some more wishes for these kids that deserve every chance they get to live their life to the best of their ability. I want to personally thank every one of the crew, everyone, for their time, the race. We had the hiccups or whatever. Track wasn't in the best of shape, but everybody had to race on the same track. Still, the racing was actually good. You can actually listen live, or not live because it's actually recorded, on the episode. If you click on the episode page that you guys are listening, if you go to episodes, you'll see all the events from the heats, time trials, and features. So you can actually relive it because everything is recorded. I want to thank the Denochek family for, again, extending the hand to me for coming up there again. I will be at the 5th annual. It's a great cause. So if you weren't there this year, please come up and support it. Everything goes back to Make-A-Wish. That's $28,000, over $28,000 going to needy children. Send them to Disney, wherever, California, Hawaii. It doesn't matter. They can go wherever they get a wish granted. done. That's it with that race. This weekend is an action-packed weekend, and I'm not lying about it. I'm actually leaving tomorrow afternoon to go out to Ohio. I'm going to spend some time with the family and Ohio family, and then going to drive an hour and a half south to Bear Track Speedway for the King of the Ridge race on July 9th. If you have an opportunity, head on out to the King of the Ridge race on July 9th at Bear Tracks, putting up some pretty good money, guaranteed money. And Joe Zellick Band, Country Band, is going to be live there as well. And then after that race, I'm going to hop right in my car and going to start driving back into Pennsylvania and to get to the Earth Money Series National Open at Sealands Grove Speedway. It's National Open weekend. So if you're planning on going to that, here's some specifics for some things that are going down at the National Open. You got the 2,000 to win Pro Animal 375. Any Burris tire, you must run another points class or money class. $100 pre-entry till July 5th. Well, that was passed yesterday, so it's $125 out of the track. 100% payback of all the entry fees. Here's the kicker. I want everybody to listen to this one. $250 to win semi-pro Animal 375. Same rules. Any Burris tire must run another points class. There's a regular Animal 375 class you can run, or you can run the pro. You do not have to enter Pro Animal to run semi-pro, but you must run at least one other class. Also, this will be policed at the Burris Money Series because I know most of the drivers that show up don't try to pull a fast one. Racers cannot have won $500 or more. I'm going to say it again. Racers cannot have won $500 or more in a single event. If you do, it'll track you down in the pits and it'll ask you to unregister and register in another class. We want to try to keep it fair for everybody that has not won $500 have their opportunity in the semi-pro division. I do have a list of the past winners, so don't try to pull a fast one. I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna help Keith and them out realize who's who and what somebody has won if they won over $500 at all in a single event. Doesn't matter where. I don't care if it was in California, Florida, whatever. If you won over $500, you're not eligible for semi-pro this weekend at the Burris Money Series. So semi-pro, it seems to be the hot topic this week, and we'll talk a few minutes about this. I really shouldn't, but it's kind of funny. I'm sure everybody see, again, Facebook and, people shooting themselves in the foot with the semi-pro stuff. Apparently there was some things going on down in the southern end of the spectrum. How about this? How about we do this for 2017? We just end the semi-pro and amateur bullcrap. Like, why? Because you're not good enough to compete with the big guys and you're not going to learn nothing? Let's just end it. It just solves it. Or if they do want to keep it, don't be putting up ridiculous amounts of money of $5,000 in semi-pro. It's absolutely redundant and dumb. Or amateur class for $500 or $5,000. Who does that? Why? What are you going to... Okay, so the amateur wins $5,000, so guess what? Technically, you can't run semi-pro now. You're graduating right into pro. So good for you. You're now a pro because you won pro money. So you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot. Hey, I win $5,000, but now I got to run pro everywhere else. But I say that, and knowing that that's really not what happens with some of these races that are happening. That people are letting semi-pros register, letting pros run semi-pro and stuff like that. That's why it's going to be policed this weekend at Sealands Grove Speedway. Regular race time for Sunday. That's all on that subject, by the way. It's a hot one, so I'm just going to leave that go. That's just my opinion on it. When you get there Sunday, register. Make sure you have a race receiver. If you don't, they're available for rent. Registration, I do believe, starts at 7. Everything starts at 9. It's a regular points race event as well. Something different that Keith did this year was move everything to a Sunday, a one-day event. So he's cutting everybody's costs down so you don't have to spend money in a hotel room. So, again, if you want to run semi-pro, you got to register. If you don't, they're available for rent. Registration, I do believe, starts at 7. Everything starts at 9. Everybody's registration, I do believe, starts at 7. It's a regular points race event as well. Something different that Keith did this year was move everything to a Sunday, a one-day event. So he's cutting everybody's costs down so you don't have to spend money in a hotel room. So, again, Keith has the best bang for his buck. I don't care what anybody says. Anywhere in Pennsylvania, Keith right now